center when I will be in my new state. I will be in Maryland. I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. I don't know, Shades, but that's just how Pennsylvania's always been. Your license is 4 years and it expires the day after your birthday.
Man. I knew that probably wasn't gonna work, but I was really hoping it would.
What?
So I opened up the Sound Alerts website and hit the button to send it via OBS, and I was hoping it would sound like I knew it wasn't. But I was
Fucking shit.
hoping dearly that it would play the fart noise.
Oh,
On your OBS.
that would have been really funny. Yeah, you're super right. Oh, biscuits.
If I don't get out of this menu, I will have to deal with it.
Oh, my freaking heart. Okay. Well, good news. Yeah. Stay down. How about that? Okay. Reload. Okay. God damn. Heart attack and a fucking half. My birthday is not on the 26th. My birthday is the 25th. One day, Marco. Yeah, right. Chris isn't exactly what I would ascribe to be, a smart cookie. Well, I can't carry any more items. That's great. Love that for me. Oh my god, it's the fucking battery and I don't have a spot. Oh, cool, but I get to replace my grenade right away, so that's nice. Let me peruse then. And see if there's anything I can work with here. I'm for sure gonna try and open the doors just to make... Okay, so that's just straight up broke. Oh! That's a really good, like, thing with that little moth there.
Oh.
Yeah, Chris absolutely would be flashbanged himself. Like, 100. Keeping it 100. That would... Yeah. And I should be able to loop this around to a... Yeah, I can loop this around to a box. Okay. Yeah, Chris is a member of STARS.
Don't you forget it.
Chris is a straight up himbo. Oh my god, I went the wrong fucking way. Fuck my entire life.
Does he have the niceness? I don't know if... Like,
he's been pretty nice to Rebecca.
Yeah.
And he's probably too nice to Wesker. Like, I don't think Wesker deserves that. It's this room, right?
Oh, I've almost missed you assholes. Almost.
Yeah, this will work for where I wanted to go. It's not completely correct. Yeah, like, the Chris Redfield that, like, the model that they pulled from to put in Dead by Daylight as the alternate skin for Leon is fucking weird looking. And I don't know if that's just Dead by Daylight fucking sucking ass at making character models anymore, or if that's, like, a thing. Oh, I did it again. It's not the store, it's the next one. Seriously, the character models look so fucking bad now in Dead by Daylight.
What is the Silent Hill one the latest one or?
Oh no. The one that is going to be released, that will be the latest one, is the Chilean crow monster lady.
All right.
Even though there's no corvids in South America, like at all. So that's funny, right? Because it's like, it's very clearly like behaviors like shit. We gotta appeal to South America, throw some Chileans in, and it's just like, you could have done like an ounce of research. Like, you didn't even need to pay anyone for that research. You're based out of fucking Quebec. You could have walked down the goddamn street and found someone that would have been like, yeah, there's no fucking corvids in South America. Like, it's just, it's so disappointing how just absolutely shitty behavior has gotten. And we all kind of knew that it was going to happen because, basically all of the original people from Behavior are gone. Okay. I'm gonna open up those spaces because it looks like there's a lot of stuff up there.
Okay.
The K-pop group did the collab probably for Crescendo, which is their battle pass this season, essentially, and it's based on Trickster and Yoonjin. Trickster's...
What is that a hunter?
That like croaking sound? Yeah. It's the one upstairs that's glitched.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I think the last character design, that was OG, that like wasn't a previously held IP by someone, that I really liked, was probably Trickster. I thought that was actually really good.
So what is their sort of story?
For Trickster?
Yeah.
He's like a K-pop idol that went fucking batshit crazy and murked his entire K-pop group. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. He left to become a solo artist from the K-pop group. I'm not sure exactly why, but basically, like, he kind of pulled like a Luca Magnotta. Like, I don't know if you know anything about that true crime case at all. But the idea that he just got like so obsessed with being famous and being the center of attention and people screaming for him that he became a serial killer. And Yoonjin was his manager. So like, she had been in the K-pop industry and decided to become a producer.
Mm-hmm.
And like covered for him for the main part of his crime spree, because she was like, he can't do it, he's on tour, that would be weird. And then she starts piecing together like where all of the crimes are occurring and everything, and then he fucking just murks the entire like production company in one fell swoop, which is actually baller. Like, let's not get it twisted, that's actually baller. But that was the last design, like, lore-wise, and the character physical design that I really liked. I fucking hate going against Trickster. I hate it. I wish Behavior would stop putting in ranged killers until they fix the damn hitboxes. And that's my consistent complaint, is that they keep putting in more killers with cool, powerful gimmicks instead of just
fixing what's broken.
Right.
That they have.
Like, they still haven't fixed the fact that there's a significant fucking lag if you have a console player on your group. And God forbid the killer's on console, there's no way to get through pallets because of the console hit recognition lag. Like, they did such a bad rollout of this whole, like, joint server thing. It's so gross. I actually miss when Dead by Daylight was peer-to-peer, because at least then if, like, you had a bullshit connection, you knew it out the gate. Also, I kind of miss just playing with killers who are from Mars. Like, just lagging halfway around the map. That's just fun. Like, Behavior has been trying to do so much to be like, we're not a competitive game. blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you released with a ranked system. You have an elo. You are literally a game that is a 4v1. There is no way people are not going to treat this competitively. And ignoring
what
that
the
they
hell?
do and trying to bust the matchmaking system so that they won't makes it miserable for the people who want to play it casually. Because they're getting thrown into, like, every time I solo queue, I get red ranks. And I'm like negative tier, right? And it's because they're trying so hard to fiddle with the matchmaking to make it so that it's like a non-competitive sphere. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Ugh. Just ugh. That game could be so much better than it is. And all it would take would be actually paying a QA team.
Yeah, but that would mean paying a QA team.
Yeah, why pay a QA team when we can just release a PTB that requires you to download the whole ass game again instead of releasing it as a separate entry on fucking Steam? Nah, homie. Nice try, though. You want to spring up too? Button's a true masochist. Yeah, you're right. Like, the problem that I have with Dead by Daylight is the problem that a lot of people have with Dead by Daylight who have been playing it for a while. And that is that the game used to be really good. And it was fun. And it was like a labor of love for a lot of people to level up their characters and such. And it just feels like shit that the devs have basically just turned their back on the player base. Like, they implemented...
Isn't there another game that essentially is kind of... I mean, from the little I've seen of it, it looks like it's a straight up Dead by Deadlight ripoff.
Are you talking about VHS?
VHS?
It has, like, the 80s slasher vibe?
No.
Oh.
Let me see.
Because I'm really excited for VHS, and I super hope that takes off.
Like, it's a game that's already in development, and I think it uses a lot of IPs from... Like, I know Coraline was in it, and I think...
What? That might be VHS. Hold on.
Identity V. That's it.
Oh. I haven't even heard about that one. VHS
Yeah.
is the one that has been super taken off because it's got the 80s horror slasher vibe as well as, like, the sci-fi slasher vibe. And apparently it's programmed extremely well. And I think that's the thing for a lot of people too, is that, like, Behavior had enough money at one point to re-buy them out from the people who bought them in the first place. So it's not like they don't have the money. But they'd rather spend more time putting in a fucking sensor feature so that they can tap into that dank China market, though. I cannot wait for the Chinese real estate crash to affect fucking video games. Because
Oh!
That was actually incredibly clutch.
Yeah.
There we go. I don't know why it didn't register the hit on that first one, but I mean, I've seen weirder, so. Yeah, and I don't... Part of the problem with the China market is that because, the Chinese Communist Party has been so, what's the word I want to look for? Been so limiting on how Western companies can interact with the Chinese market. We don't know the extent of these, like, huge Chinese conglomerates until they file for bankruptcy. So, it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. I'll be so hype if it takes down Tencent. Like, that would be the dream, right? Okay, so let's make our way downtown. Walking fast. Pace is past, and we're homebound.
Where are we headed to now?
Oh, I missed the first part of that statement. Shades. Let me open that up real quick. Which the one construction firm did several times, which does 85% of all China's real estate, and they find those payment for products that... Are you talking about Evergrande? Because Evergrande's in hot shit right now. I mean, a lot of the real estate firms are in hot shit right now. And, H&A, which is Hainan Airline Network, I think, or something like that. They're in a lot of crap. It's pretty bad. I think the only saving grace that we have is, yeah, it's Evergrande. Evergrande had something like... Why did you do that? Evergrande had something like, 3 times leverage or something stupidly high. But I suppose that's what happens when your government structure is getting good with the Communist Party and then just pay bribes. I say like that's not the American structure, right? Like, we all know it.
Yeah.
Please, we've seen those FTC
There's
regulations.
A lot of structures, unsadly.
Did you see the thing about, Hello, my good girl. Why are you on the table? That is not where tankies belong.
So I want to be on the table.
Get down. There you go. Oh, McKinsey Group got fucking fined out the ass because they participated in extreme levels of insider trading.
I did not hear that.
Yeah, like, it's a pretty complicated situation, like, in terms of how the insider trading occurred. Oh, I'm gonna go back to that box real quick and see if... but the TLDR is that they were advising people on trades to make while owning stock in those trades.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, like, literally, like, the dictionary definition of insider trading. And they got hit with an $18 million fine. And that's pathetic. That's pathetic. Because if you think about how much money they made on the trades, it's like if I got fined $400 for insider trading. It's like, okay, cool. That's like a workday.
Slap on the wrist.
Yeah. The SEC fines are just fucking nothing. They don't do anything to dissuade the actual crime. And I think that's ultimately the real fucking problem. I can't wait for the SEC to start regulating crypto. That's going to be so fun.
Oh god, yes. Please.
Please. And I'm on the outlier of most people in the group in that I don't think crypto is inherently evil. I think that there is a market. I mean, I think that there is a market and a process for the blockchain technology, but I think all this altcoin shit's got to go because all that's doing is destroying the economy.
As usual, capitalism ruins what could have been a good idea because centralizing all that stuff, centralizing a lot of like student loans, and I remember my brother was speaking to me about how it would help sex workers a lot.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
it's like, yeah.
Like, I really like the idea of the fact that the blockchain is designed to not lie. I wish that we would use that in our fucking insurance companies to catch the ones that are, like, fucking with files so people can't get approved for coverage. Like, I don't know if anybody's aware of this because this is kind of old, but, like, back even in the early 2000s, insurance companies still fucked with files of people who would have like syphilis to not cover them, even though that's completely treatable with penicillin.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's bad. And that's the kind of stuff that I feel like if we have the technology to regulate it, absolutely should be regulated. But that's like, I don't think that should come at the cost of our environment, considering we're already fucking that up 5 ways to Sunday. Which is why I really like the fact that Ethereum has swapped how the coin mining and recording process works to use a significantly lower chunk of energy. Like, it's still bad, but okay, great first step. Are you going to continue it? And that's the real question, is are you going to continue it? I just want all the altcoin mining to go straight to hell. That way, like... Oh shit, I forgot to get the crank. Fuck, hold on one second. I goofed. I want all the altcoin mining to go to hell so the graphics card prices come back down. But also the fact that these things are just so blatantly rug pulls. Like, I don't understand why the SEC is sleeping on this. I don't get it. Like, there are some that I've kind of termed in my head like meme and name only, right? Like, they go for the meme name to get the hype, but they actually have a decent white paper behind it. But then you have the ones like Squid Game that were so obviously a fucking scam from the beginning because it said blatantly in the paperwork that you could not sell it. Like, there was no way to sell that coin. But because people who have no fucking idea how crypto works, like, you know, Forbes.
Most people.
Well, and this is the problem, is that you have things like Forbes and USA Today being like, Squid Games jumped a gajillion bajillion %. And they, having no idea about how it works, pitch it to an audience of people who have no idea how it works. And so then you have a rug pull. And it's like the perfect scenario. And then these fucking news companies the next day are like, oh my god, how could this happen? How could people invest in something they do not understand? And it's like, because you're fucking Forbes. People trust you for some reason. Like, that's... Oh, that shit drives me up the fucking wall. It's the same thing. It's the same issue I have with a certain news network, who shall remain unnamed, that for years, pitched the most virulent left-wing shit. And then tried to be like, I can't believe that anybody would believe this. Like, yeah. Because you said it. Fair and balanced, my fucking asshole.
Wonder who you could be talking about.
Yeah. Oh, no. Do not know. Oh my god, what a surprise. God, it makes me so fucking mad. Okay. Hold on. I'm in the wrong spot. I have to go through the other door. So sorry.
Is okay.
Okay. Right. I have to do the battery to have that activated. Like, the idea that because something is printed press means that it should be more trustworthy is unfortunately an extremely true paradigm for a lot of Americans. Like, internet news is not taken as seriously as like a something with an actual physical paper, which boggles my fucking mind, because so many of these things with actual physical papers absolutely destroyed their ethical standards because they literally could not survive in the wake of the internet. Also, somehow that one snake got me real good, and I don't understand. Also, I think newspapers... Oh, I'm poisoned! Oh, je vois.
Oh, that was handy.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna pick this up just to be safe. Fuck. I lost my train of thought completely. That thought is so fucking gone, my dude.
Newspapers.
Oh, yeah, I think newspapers need to do a better job of putting blatantly on their articles, whether digital or physical, if something is contributed by a staff member or just some random person that wrote in.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there's so many times, especially like my grandparents, they'll be like, oh, well, this thing was said by CNBC. Blib. It was contributed by a Fox News reporter in the write-in section, in the op-ed. That doesn't mean they actually believe it. It just means that it fit all of their required levels for it to go into the op-ed. Hello? Like, just the complete and utter deliberate illiteracy just pisses me off. Actually, no, I'm not even going to call it deliberate illiteracy, because that's not fair to people who actually struggle with literacy. It's deliberate ignorance.
It kind of actually reminds me of the conversation we were having earlier about when I was asking, since I had seen a lot of people lately who have, well, not even just lately, but for a long time, it's just sort of started to become more frequent, who have been saying that idiot is a slur. And so I was asking folks if there was a particular reason that idiot was being focused on and not words such as dumb and stupid. And essentially, we all were of the same mind that it's not a slur, but sometimes people intend it to be one to disregard people with certain mental conditions. And personally, I've only ever used stupid and dumb if someone is being willfully ignorant. Because you never know what a person's circumstances is. If they've never come across a piece of information, there's no
Right.
way they can know it, even if it's something that you've always known or seems super obvious to you. There's just you can't blame a person for their circumstances. But if someone is being shown if information, if someone is being given all these sources, they can check it out, and they just refuse to change their mind, then that's when I'm like, yeah, you're just being stupid then.
I think, like, ultimately, the problem is the removal of the source of the etymology. Like, yeah, exactly what Judd said. Where the meaning has changed, but the original meaning hasn't completely left the cultural zeitgeist. Like,
Yeah,
idiot is...
that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, like, idiot is a straight derivative from ignorant. And that's basically how I wind up using it. Is like, wow, my grandparents are fucking idiots. Because they're being deliberately ignorant. Like, I really, really think You Good remix? Hold on, I think our neighbor's dog got out.
Okay.
Cordy, you're a good girl. Oh, he has been immediately wrangled. Good job, remix. I love that little shit. He's a very tiny dog that insists that he's king of the hill.
Well, all good puppers are.
Where was I going with that? Oh, I really think an inherent part of the problem is that basically the entirety of the boomers, like that whole generation as a whole, and like there are going to be exemptions, but as a whole, in the United States, that generation was taught to fuck empathy.
Yep.
And they passed that on to their children. Empathy was a status symbol and nothing more. And oh, this gives me agita.
Yeah. Just this typewriter with a tape right there for you to use.
Right. And the issue with a lot of these words that get involved in that crossover of is this a slur or not are words that are generally used in a position of lack of empathy. Like, especially to people with like who are neurodivergent. The use of phrase like stupid or idiot comes from a place of a lack of empathy and a lack of understanding another person's situation. And I'm not saying that as someone who has always had empathy, because my mom still has the little cards that are like, Nicole is so good in school and she always does her homework, but she doesn't have any empathy for the other children. And that's something that it took me a while to learn as a child, with my mother actively trying to teach me. I don't think that humans are born empathetic. I think some are more empathetic than others, but I don't think that humans are born empathetic. I think that is a learned trait. I also think that inherently that's the differentiating factor between us and animals, is the fact that animals are naturally empathetic to their own kind and humans are not. Hot fucking takes in the fucking Resident Evil stream today, boys. So philosophically, one of the big questions has always been what differentiates us from animals. And one of the ones that I always just kind of liked was Aristotle's, like, the difference between us and animals is the fact that we can use reason. And I think he was half right. And I say that because it's proven that animals can reason.
Yes.
Like, even goldfish, like the animal that has been shit on the most by pop culture, has been proven to be able to reason. Goldfish can complete the snack challenge. And I think that what actually differentiates us from humans, or from animals,
or from
is the fact
you
that
have something to confess.
Right. Is the fact that inherently we are not. However, we can employ reason to the benefit of the whole, and that is what differentiates us from animals. Animals can only use reason so far. But at the end of the day,
hate me for saying this, but I'm sorry. What you're saying right now is an awful lot like what Mark Twain said in his "What Is Man."
Boy, I fucking hate Mark Twain.
Yep,
I
know you do.
I know.
I know you do.
Oh god, I hate Mark Twain. And you know what? I don't think it's that I actually hate him. I feel like if I had met the guy, I'd be like, yeah, this guy's okay. It's his writing style. Can't fucking stand it. Can't fucking stand
Fair
it.
Enough. But yeah, I mean, I read that fuck knows how long ago, so I'm not gonna be able to remember everything. But he was essentially saying something similar to that when it comes to empathy, it's not that empathy is a quote-unquote good or noble emotion, but that people do what they do when they're helping others to be free of guilt. So it's still an inherently selfish and self-serving thing.
Oh, see, that's not where I sit on empathy, though. I sit on empathy as what's the best word for what I'm trying to say? Empathy is I guess the best way to put it in the way that my brain makes sense of it is that empathy is a heightened state of awareness as opposed to a state of guilt. And that when one has reached the point of empathy, they are able to make a decision that brings another person to a level of comfort that they have experienced. Wow, what a time for a raid, Keith Kabu, but I appreciate it. Welcome to Philosophy and Resident Evil.
Keith. Thank you so much for the raid, and welcome, everyone. I know you just finished up your stream, so if you need to go relax, by all means, don't feel like you have to stick around. But if you do, yeah, we're talking a lot. We're talking about what differentiates humans from animals and the concept of empathy and what it means. All while blasting off zombies.
All while fucking shooting Zambos. But yeah, I think inherently at the end of the day, I don't think that. So the thing is that yes, sympathy is feeling bad for another person's circumstances. Empathy is trying
Yes.
to understand their circumstances. But my personal belief is that empathy as a whole is the ability to employ that understanding to help that other person.
I see.
So like there's an extra step that English just doesn't have the word for. That I would jokingly call empathy plus. Like a new
I
game
do
plus.
believe that in the definition of empathy, it's also because you are able to relate to whatever it is that the person is going through, isn't it?
Right, but a large boulder blocks away. There are bloodstains underneath the boulder. That sounds great. Um,
Gee, I wonder if
inherently,
that boulder is gonna come rolling down at you.
it is. Oh God, that's what I just need. I just need to be Sisyphus right now. It just completes the trifecta. Um, the inherent issue that comes from empathy is that it is fully possible to completely understand someone else's situation and relate to it and understand how to help them and still not do it.
Mhm. Okay, so
And
you're talking about taking that extra step of actually doing something about it.
right.
Okay, I
And I
gotcha.
think inherently that is the difference in between a human and an animal is that a human can work that system out and
Whereas animals, when they help each other, it's merely an instinctual thing.
correct. Okay, there's Roman numerals on this. Oh, I guess I have to find like the bottom part probably. Um
I'm getting bonked.
Bonk, bonk,
Okay,
bonk,
keep.
bonk. What you
Hope
get
you
for
find
talking
something
philosophy.
delicious.
Um but yeah, at the end of the day, I don't think humans are inherently good or inherently evil. I think that they're on a spectrum. And the idea of having a black or a white in a system of gray just makes everyone miserable.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is which is extremely has always been extremely disconcerting to me because oh, well, cutscene, just kidding.
Enrico, don't come
Who the
any
fuck is
closer,
Enrico?
Chris. What happened?
I don't know, I guess he was
Double
just one of the people
crosser.
running with us.
What the
Enrico,
fuck?
Uh-oh.
wait.
Whoa!
Wesker?
Enrico! Umbrella.
Oh,
Enrico!
Keith.
Who the fuck was Enrico?
Crosser.
I'm gonna fucking
Can you
murder
look
you, Judd.
behind
I'm gonna
yourself?
fucking drive to your house. Gonna replace the wallpaper in your house with your skin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, how about that for lack of empathy, huh?
Gee, I wonder who it could be.
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder who it could possibly be.
Black and white is also comforting for a lot of people.
Yes, it is very comforting. And in a lot of human relationships to have a black and white scenario because we have a extremely hard time processing shades of gray.
You know, while we're talking all about this and emotions and not being black and white, I think we really need to get on deciding that love is also a black and white emotion.
You mean it's not a black and white emotion?
Yes. I
Okay.
mean, like, decide it's not. I mean, what I'm saying essentially is that people always portray love as being this thing that is always good and always noble.
Yep.
And I think that causes a lot of trouble,
Yep.
especially when it comes to toxic relationships, because what is one of the things that people who have difficulty getting out of a toxic relationship say? oh, but they love me. It's like, they can love you and still be awful and abusive. That's ooh. Like, you should not subject yourself to that just because they have this emotion towards you that we have painted as being just purely white, you know?
Yeah, and I also think it would really help people to recognize that, like, you can love somebody and still not be the person for them.
Yes, absolutely.
Or,
Absolutely.
like, I think it would just be healthier in general for accepting poly relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I super feel that because, like, my mother was very much one of those people who was like, I know that this person is terrible, but they love me, and that should be enough. And it's like, ooh, but no.
No, please, no. Because a lot of times when I've seen sort of that situation where someone is in a bad relationship and people try to say, no, that's not love, that just kind of makes the person double down instead.
Right, because the
Like,
the
yes,
thing
it
is that
love.
it very well could be love. That doesn't mean it's healthy.
Mm-hmm. And the other way with anger as well. Anger is demonized, and it's just, anger can be healthy sometimes.
Yeah, like, anger
And
can
I
be
say
completely
this.
valid. It's just the expression of it.
Yeah, it's how you handle it. Obviously, you don't want it to control you, but
Right.
like, I say this as someone who has only recently come to realize that, because I have this problem that when someone does something that's upsetting or says something that's upsetting, I kind of lock up instead and just enter a shell, and my anger becomes delayed, so that it comes up maybe a day or two later when I'm thinking about it, and then that's when I start to obsess over it.
Yep.
But then I still keep it inside because I dislike confrontation, and I so often feel like I'm just going to be told I'm being overly sensitive, so I just question myself. But it's like, no. If you feel angry, that's okay. Just process it and say something about it in a reasonable manner.
Oh, this is not what I expected. I expected a little, like, bridge. I didn't expect the whole fucking cave to rotate. God. Foolish me.
Moon says buttons. I just got to do
Hoke
health
Manor.
and manner. Health
Hoke.
manner hard. Hoke?
It's like poke, but with an H. Does that help?
Is that
I got a
Final
flamethrower.
Fantasy thing?
Yeah, it's a Final
Like
Fantasy 3. I got a flamethrower.
Nice.
Can we just talk about that for a second? Uh-oh. No, I do not like that. Oh, no.
Boner went down.
I think the other thing that's gray, or the other thing that should be gray, for lack of a better term. Okay, so this is the boulder that blocks the way. Is the fact that, oh, Jesus!
Whoa! What? Whoa!
Ooh. The one thing that should be gray that isn't is mental health help and therapy. Like, both of our therapists, as in Dark and Eyes, have suggested couples counseling because, like, well, one, I'm an extremely strong personality. I don't know if you fucking noticed, but
Really?
Yeah, right. If for nothing else, then it helps open up communication paths because you have, like, someone who can mitigate if someone's getting a little too extra, or possibly just even, like, help ascertain, like, where's the root of this issue. And a really good example is, like, my meds fuck me up so fucking bad. Oh, this is Spider Boss.
Oh god, no, I don't want to look at it.
That's okay, you can look away, I'll handle it.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, it's got acid spray. That's dope, said no one ever. Oh, you know what? I'm a fool. I'm a fucking flamethrower. I got the achievement spider sense. Oh god, there's more of them.
Oh no, 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 no.
I can't carry any more items. Fuck me. Come down so I can fucking shoot you proper, you fucking pussy. Okay, this thing does have a range limit. Whew. Okay, anyway, so what I was saying. My meds got super fucked up with my birth control change, which is like a thing that's pretty common, but nobody ever really wants to talk about when it comes to mental health meds. Oh, I can reload this. What is still moving? What is still moving? Why are there so many of you?
Every time I think it's safe to look.
We're gonna leave. We're gonna leave. Gonna leave. 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 My meds were so fucked up that I retreated into a pretty severe depression, but Andrew really had no way of approaching me about it. And going to couples counseling, even if it's just like a once a month kind of thing, would have given him that avenue to be like, hey, you realize that you haven't, like, left the crafting room in 2 days, right? Or 2 months, rather, in 2 days. But, like, just having that ability to have open dialogue is extremely healthy and important. And so many people just won't have that dialogue with their spouse or partner.
Yeah.
And it's either they don't want to, which seems to be the running theme for a certain age group, or they don't know how. Ah. Oh, okay. So that's why they give me the survival knife in case I use up the flamethrower. Yep.
That was weird
Dope.
looking.
Yeah, and sometimes both. So, like, the idea of couples counseling is not something that should be, like, a black or white thing. Like, neither of us wanted to bring it up to the other person because of the perception that you only go to couples counseling when your relationship is totally fucked.
Yeah.
And even though we both knew that's not the case, neither of us wanted to be the one to bring it up to the other person. Can I can't drop this. Alright, let's just hope I can get back to something that has... Oh! Fucking perfect.
Oh.
Fucking perfect. Somehow, even though we've used up all the fuel, it's the same weight. Yeah, exactly. Like, therapy in and of itself should not be considered a negative item.
It's ridiculous that we're still on this. Like, this whole idea of therapy still being bad.
I was like, what do you mean it's ridiculous? We've only done one boss fight.
Oh, no. Just that stigma still exists because,
Oh, yeah.
gosh, I remember that being a thing when I was younger, and that's, I think, one of the reasons that contributed to me not going for the longest time, because my parents were very much of the mind of, like, oh, if we have a kid in therapy, that will reflect badly on us.
Mm-hmm. And, like, I got kind of lucky in the fact that my mother strived really hard to make sure that my brother and I would not end up with that stigma. But that didn't change the fact that I got bullied in elementary school because I had to see the counselor every week because my parents divorced. Like, the problem is that you can do all of the change that you want to for your child, but if the society still has it, you're still fucked.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's not fucking necessary? Hey, Christopher, have you looked the fuck around you, you stupid fuck? Christ. I'm actually really excited to start couples counseling, actually, because I think it'll be extremely healthy. Because neither of us have good examples of how relationships should work. Like, my mom's relationships were complete. Oh, God. Yeah, let me just hide over here already. Come on. Do it. I know you want to. I know you want to. Fucking Christ. My mom's relationships were just grade A shit shows, right? Like, I'm not even sure I have the words to express the shit shows my mother's relationships were. And somehow his mother's were worse. So it's like, goodness. Neither of us have a good... Oh, you know what? I have to turn it again. Neither of us have a really good relationship. Like, neither of us have good examples of relationships.
Did Dark have two mothers?
Oh, no. As in, his mother had multiple relationships while he was a child.
Oh, okay.
So, like, yep, there it is.
Yay!
Who the fuck set up this mansion? Like, his older siblings are...
a lot of time on their hands.
Right? Like, his older siblings are, like, half-siblings, and, her current relationship's an absolute shit show. But, like, neither of us have good examples of people in a relationship in conflict resolving it. So, yeah, you know what? I should have seen that coming. That's fair. That's on me. I think it'll be a really good experience for both of us to learn how to effectively communicate.
Definitely.
And without, what the fuck? What the fuck? I also think it'll be extremely healthy because, like, you know, we're moving, like... Alright, you know what? What does this change?
It's just fun.
I fucking guess so. Holy balls, dude. Okay, so that puts that back.
Can you go through that little passageway near the statue? What is that? Yeah.
No, I can't even interact with it. The goddess statue smiles silently back at you.
Can you push that into the...
Oh, Christopher, stop, you fucking doofus. Oh my god. Oh my god. I could feel my blood pressure just skyrocket with this stupid bitch.
It's okay.
It's not, and it never will be.
It's okay.
You know what this is? This is the fucking horror game equivalent of that fucking ice gym in Pokemon. And everyone knows what I'm talking about. Everyone knows. That's why this thing spins. I'm gonna have to get that onto here somehow and spin it and then put it back in the fucking thing. And I'm angry. Oh, man. I
kind of had the same rhythm of how's it go?
I want to say it's
a kitty cat. And a dance.
Yeah, you know what? You're so right, too. Boy, that was not intentional. I don't know how to move this over here. Hold on, let me reset the room. I think it was platinum. They had to, like, slide around. I don't think it was ruby or sapphire because I didn't have those ones to play. So it was either platinum or Y. Okay, let's see here.
Oh, also, I should have done this when we got a little delayed, sorry. I completely forgot, but...
What did we forget?
Oh, wait. Gotta do it on the actual account.
Oh! Doy. You know what? Sometimes I think I'm the himbo and not Christopher.
It is possible. It is possible.
I'm really excited for Legends of Arceus. Like, I know it looks bad. Like, the graphics release that they've done looks bad. But I'm really excited for just, like, a total divergence from the standard, Pokemon game. Apex? Loba swimsuit skin? We're back at it. We've come back around. We've come full circle.
Full circle!
Christopher! Ooh, Sonic. I'm gonna start saying that at work to cover up when I'm trying to be like, fuck. Do I have to move it off and on every time? Don't fucking be like this. Oh my god, I do. Oh, I can feel my blood pressure. Oh. I feel like I should start checking my blood pressure before and after streams. Oh. Thanks, game. That's super what I wanted. You nailed it.
You're welcome.
Oh, Christopher! I don't know what
He's
Marco
trying
was
to
attempting
help.
to say, but I think the rage is a valid.
Oh my god. It's been so long since I've cleared the request queue.
Well, whose fault is that?
Kime's.
You know what? Valid. I don't know if that's true, but you know what? I accept it. Okay. I need to move it one over.
Christopher, fat dump truck fool, listen to my control inputs.
It's true, though. If that pushed over too far, I'm ending the stream. Just so we're clear. Oh, there we go. Oh, I can't carry... Now I can. Fuck you, game. How about that? The only thing I wish...
love Marco's titles for the clips he's been putting out.
The only thing I wish this game did would let you have a swap option.
Yeah.
Okay. 4, 2, 3, 1.
That's mom against mom slander, Coco. Marco, it's okay. Your moms are we're just having a bit of a tiff, that's all.
Buttons between a statue and a hard place. Jesus Christ. Thanks, champ. Congrats on your 50-day Duolingo streak. I don't know when that fucking happened, but it just told me.
Ooh, thank you.
Alright, now let's see what's behind the boulder that tried to kill me.
Friends. That's what it's always behind. Places we couldn't get to.
Biscuits. Never forget that I have to turn it like this to open it because Chris is a fucking himbo. That got me so fucking heated. Thank God Judd told me. I would have ended the game with just like 15 fucking first aid cases in my goddamn chest. Wait, hold on.
Man. Even Wright would just be like, Chris, are you okay?
You're completely correct. Leon convinces Chris and him to dress up as Edgeworth, and Phoenix Wright changed my mind. The dumb bitch energy is strong. I figure we get to the place where we can save and then call it for the night.
Yeah, sounds
We have
good.
to go back through the creepy spider room as a heads up. Yeah, that's a vibe.
They're gonna handle so many things. I cannot handle insects. Especially not spiders.
The irony. It's through this door, right? Yeah, okay. You thought Coco said in sex because I absolutely thought so too. Oh, like 100%. That's what I thought was said. Jen will never know peace. Amazing. Alright,
Oh, what was it that I almost said yesterday?
Homie, I don't know.
No, like, it was during a stream. I almost misspoke a line that said, like, incredible or super sleuths. Yes, it was, we, like, something along the lines of we became super sleuths, and I almost said super sluts.
That's funny. Oh, man. That's golden.
Like, I caught myself just in time.
Oh, that's gold.
Uh,
Not that one. Alright, kids. I think that's going to be it for the night.
Alrighty. Well then, thank you all for joining us. We'll go ahead and do a raid of our own. But you can be sure this coming week, Wednesdays is going to be more Miss Bullard's School for Former Ladies at 8. On Friday, I'll be joining Leaf on their channel at 7 for Hollow Knight. Then Saturday is going to be another 10-hour stream of The Letter starting at 1. And then Sunday again at 8 is going to be more Miss Bullard's School for Former Ladies.
Yeah. Judd,
So let's see.
Judd and I might be streaming Silent Hill 3 this week. It will not be Thursday, as Thursday is Thanksgiving for the Americans. Happy Thanksgiving. Fuck turkey. That's the worst protein. Ham is where it's at. And, if we do, the announcement will probably be on Judd's Twitter, which is at McUltraman, I'm pretty sure. This is what happens when you follow someone for 3 years, you don't know what their Twitter handle is. It's not. Whoopsies.
Uh-oh.
Whoopsies. Oh, yeah, it's McGodzilla. Whoops. Anyway, that's where the announcement will be. Don't ever listen to me. Dope.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and raid.
Let me know when I can hit the button.
Okay, almost. You can hit the button.